Hello and welcome to Game Club. Today we'll be exploring space during the space race in Space Explorers. So let's get her open, let's get her into orbit. Okay, fine, here we go. So, pretty quick open it. Okay, so I guess we'll start with the box itself. Just pack that away. Oh, get it somewhere, there we go. Right, the box itself, yeah, it's that classic cosmonauty type, CCP type, CCCP, type box imagery, very much sort of denoting to the power of the Russian, or should I say Soviet missions to space, and how they sort of captured the psychology of that nation and also many other nations around the world. Inside we have booklet, we have cards, we have lots of things to take out, and then we have a pack of cards, and then obviously some stuff to keep our little bits and bobs in. Right, so now we'll set up and then we can play Space Explorer. The setup for Space Explorers, as you can see in front of us, what we have is we have what's known as specialist cards, and there's a specialist area here. Project tiles, which are basically what you're trying to get for progress points, which all benefits you at the end of the game. And then of course you have your hub with your skill tokens here. You'll use those in order to buy specialists. What happens is the game starts with obviously the player with this token, that's the first player token, and everyone starts off with one single card, so I just turn all three of them over and you get your little hub. And you get this, which is incredibly useful and quite revealing as to how the game works, like the mechanics of the game. What you're doing is you're trying to recruit specialists and use those specialists in order to basically complete projects. As you can see here, just to note, it's got, say for instance, this is Apollo 11, the spaceship that landed on the moon. You've got 4, 3 and 1 of those particular skill sets. And so for instance, as an example, these are the builder skill set. So this is, just see there's a builder icon there, and it says obviously that's one builder token there, and for that you need a 3, so you need to obviously upgrade it to a 3 builder. And what effectively you do is, so you would recruit, and I'll just show this because this guy's actually got 2, but what you would do is you would recruit a 3 builder and then be able to complete that and get 5 VPs for the end of the game when the game ends. And the game ends when all of these are basically exhausted, or for instance all the cards are done, etc, etc. Now, once someone has recruited 12 specialists. Right, so basically what happens is you will get your starter goes to this first player. Oh sorry, bit cat-handed today, but I'll just note to you, this is the Space Explorers rulebook, and it's very well written, very clear and concise, and on this it does obviously outline players' turn, icon specialists as well, but you do have on here also the icons and what they mean for the specialists as well, and how to recruit a specialist. But what effectively happens is that on my particular turn, so I can take a specialist card from the centre, or I can take one from the top here, or I can recruit a specialist from the centre or from my hand into my hub here. Now, to do that, what you effectively have to do is you have to spend for whatever value they have. So that value is denoted here, and just to show you, it does explain this quite well in the book as well. So as you can see here, it says basic recruitment cost is 2 research icons, so just there. So if we look at this guy's basic research cost, recruitment cost would be 2 of these icons and then 1 of the blue icons. So effectively what that is 2 tester icons and then 1 engineer icon. So that means I can spend one of these and one of these, and that would go to the player on the left here, but I still would need another card with another another tester on it in order to be able to purchase this. So what I would do is I could effectively go, I'll take a top card from here, say, and if that ends up being a tester, which is not, but if it was, then I could use that, put it in the middle, and you can have as many cards as you wish in the middle. This is slightly cramped for what it needs to be, it does need to be slightly bigger, but effectively you can have as many specialists in the middle as you wish, but you use that in order to recruit, and then you place it in there, and obviously they have bonuses at the bottom, or for instance they have end-game victory points, which would allow you to obviously succeed at the end of the game. It's very much, it does have undertones and notes of the game Splendor, but it's a little bit of its own sort of maverick self. So Space Explorers is the sort of game that I think if you like Splendor or those sort of card collection games or resource management games, but that is restricted, you will enjoy. It really works well with between 3 and 4 players. In fact, actually I personally think it works quite well with 2 players. It's just that whereas Splendor, and I saw this in another review, where Splendor is a race, this is far more tactical, because the use of specialists is far more derived not just about what they get for you from your bonus victory piece, but also from what you can layer on top of them. And so what happens is that whatever bonus feature you get with them, you have to really think about, well, someone covering that, 1, get me what I need, but also 2, take away what I need as well as such. And I really like that. I think that's something that it kind of ups the ante with Splendor, which I love Splendor, and as you'll probably see I think it was about a year ago we reviewed it and we loved it, but this is actually a sort of one-up on that. What I really like about Space Explorers though is that it looks like a very complex and very kind of erratic game from a very far perspective. It looks like the sort of thing that has great sort of imagery, great sort of art, and sort of great sort of idea, but that probably wouldn't play very well, but actually it plays really well. It plays in fact so well that I played it I think 5 times, 6 times, and we've just been playing constantly this tonight. We every time we got a new experience. There is some issues with the tokens, because I think that there need to be more, because I think unfortunately you start to exhaust them after 5 or 6 games, although most people don't normally play 5 or 6 games back to back. And also the timing of it, it suggests in the box, I think it doesn't say here, it probably doesn't, but I think it says about 45 minutes, but it's about half an hour if you're playing with 2 people, even shorter, 25 minutes actually. And if you play with 4 people, it definitely sort of clocks in at about 45 minutes, but once people get the knack of it, it becomes far faster, far quicker, because people understand what they're looking for, and that's the key thing. And what's key as well is that they've given a great guide, and this is something that I've harp on about. Some of the games we've had, and we had one a couple of weeks ago, Ming Dynasty. It was a great game, but it had a terrible booklet, so it basically made it sound terrible and didn't make any sense. This is the reverse. It's sorry, in the sense of it's a great booklet, it's a great game as well, but it's just really well written, and it's counterintuitive. You pick it up quickly, even though you might not think you will. The only thing I would recommend is just keep the booklet nearby for the first couple of games, so there are bits of sort of rules that need to sort of be explained, especially when it comes to specialist attributes, specialist techniques and specialist attributes. But the scoring is comprehensively clear, the game itself, the process is really good, the recruiting of specialists, the building of a specialist team is very good as well. So overall I would really rate Space Explorers, and I believe it's quite cheap at the moment on Zatu, so it's well worth looking there as well. But that was Space Explorers. I'm Simon, this is Game Club, and thank you for watching.